When this girl was about to graduate, she came across the most genius invention.
Tell them about it.
Okay, so I got it off Amazon Prime, and it's basically just a headband, and you can like move it forward or backward depending on the size of your head. And then when you put on your cap and gown, it doesn't go like so
It
far
doesn't
down
smush your
forehead.
But what's even crazier is that you can fold it down when you're not using it. Would you buy one? People are mad at this girl after she explained how you're actually supposed to eat Takis.
Okay, so most people just get a taki and eat it like that. That is not the correct way. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna get a taki and you're gonna make sure that the flap is pointing up, okay? And then you're gonna wanna nibble the line the whole way through, okay? So now your taki should look like this. And now what you need to do is now you have that gorgeous piece of the tip like hanging, and then you can just crunch that down. Okay, now you're gonna lick the taki. You're gonna bite it, but make sure that you're still holding that end. Okay? And now you're left with these gorgeous crumbs that have the most flavor.
But do you agree with her? People are shocked after this guy found the best way to fold a burrito.
As you can see, we have burrito. Jostle it around, get everything moved around. Take it, put it into like a V shape. And you take that little mouthpiece right there. You come up, and this is where everybody messes up. You bring that in, fold that in. You got two wings here. Tuck them, roll them. Look at that.
These fishermen went viral for catching a giant fish in the ocean. It weighs 1,200 pounds and could be sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. But because they care about nature, they let it go again. But they only got 2 likes.
After this girl found a phone number on the back of her chips, she decided to call it, and you're not gonna believe what happened.
I've always been curious about this little number on the back of Miss Vicky's jalapeno chip bags. It says, "Love our chips, give us a call." And I do love their chips, and I will be giving them a call. Hopefully they give me a bag of free chips.
Welcome to Miss Vicky's Consumer Relations.
How's it going? How can I help?
I'm doing well. I'm just calling because I was eating some of these Miss Vicky's jalapeno flavored chips, and I noticed that there was a phone number on the back, and I just wanted to call and say that I love these chips.
Okay, no problem. Let's see here. And what flavor again of Miss Vicky's were those?
The jalapeno.
Jalapeno. And what's your favorite part about the jalapeno chips?
I just love the flavor and the crunch.
Let's see here. It's alright. You're welcome. Have a great day.
This guy went to a restaurant where you catch your own dinner, and it's absolutely delicious. They have a huge variety of fish. However, here you don't get to choose what you eat, because it all depends on what bites the bait. And this guy caught his favorite fish. But it's not like that for everyone, because this kid just wanted a cheap cod, but ended up with the most expensive lobster on the menu. But it wasn't as bad as he first thought, and it ended up tasting awesome. This woman thought she found a huge cookie dough chunk in her Ben & Jerry's, but then she had the craziest realization.
Look how huge this cookie dough chunk is. I was so excited. Like, it just kept going, and then right about here is when I realized that it's not a giant cookie dough chunk, it's a cookie dough core.
After this girl tried making hot chocolate, you won't believe the discovery she made.
This is cocoa powder and this is milk. When I dip the cocoa powder into the milk, it appears to absorb it. However, cocoa powder is hydrophobic and it won't dissolve unless it's stirred. So if you give it a little tap, the milk goes away.
I almost lost my hand.
When this girl was at her graduation ceremony, she came across a problem she definitely wasn't expecting.
I used my cousin's cap from last year and the same tassel because it still says 2024. Why is everyone else's blue? I didn't know I was supposed to get a new one.
And what's even funnier is people in the comments said they would have just stayed at home because of how embarrassing it was. But would you have stayed at home? After buying a 32-ounce Coke from Cane's, she came across the biggest scam.
As you can see, the soda is full to the top, right? But it feels super heavy with the ice. So we just want to show you how much soda you're getting from Cane's. That's it. Yeah.
16 ounces of soda.
And a 32, right?
That's how much soda you get.
Wow.
After this guy brutally destroyed his Yeti cup, you're not gonna believe how he got a new one.
So normally in the mornings, I put my cup here on the tire while I'm loading everything in. But today I decided to forget about this. But this still survived rolling over top.
And because this video got millions of views acting as a free promo, Yeti decided to send him a new one. When this girl was opening a bag of candy, she came across the craziest life hack.
Did you know if you take this part of a Haribo bag, it opens like this. You take your candy, you put this back here, and you close it. Did you know that?
If dirt ever gets stuck in your bathroom sink, you can easily remove it with this genius spray. Simply place it against the drain pipe and press until the pink foam comes out. This is both satisfying, cheap, and effective, but still no one buys it.
After buying candy from a Japanese supermarket, she discovered that it matched the exact size on the packaging. And that's because Japan has a unique law that ensures companies do not mislead consumers. So snacks has to be the same shape and size as shown on the packaging. And this prevents customers from feeling disappointed with what they bought. Isn't it genius?
This genius invention in China saves space on the roads by storing trash cans underground. There is both a red and a green one, where the green one is for regular trash, but the red one is for something shocking. No one really knows what hides underneath the red metal seal, as it isn't accessible to the public. In fact, this is the best look we got of what's inside. What do you think is down there?
After this girl felt something poking out of her finger, she came across the craziest realization.
3 years ago, I cut this finger at work and the glass got in my finger. My boyfriend worked with me at the time and we thought that he had gotten it all out. So 3 years later now, it's 2025 and I've been having a big bump in my finger. So I went to the doctor twice, once on Halloween last year and then the second time was last month. Both of the doctors said there was nothing in there. The second time they cut into my finger and they were like, yeah, we don't see anything. So if something happens and it doesn't go away, go to derm. So yesterday I was washing my hand and a big hole opens up on my finger. So I open up the hole and I hear a loud crunch. I'm like, what the f? And then I push on my finger and lo and behold, y'all, the glass from 3 years ago literally popped out. How am I still alive?
When this girl was eating ice cream, she got into a big argument.
So my boyfriend thinks that the Frodo Frog ice cream cake, he's saying the pink is a different flavor and the green and yellow taste the same apparently. So I'm gonna blindfold him and have him tell me what flavor's what. Let's see. So what flavor you say you don't like?
Pink.
First flavor.
Pink.
Wrong.
You're taking me pink.
But even though he got it with no hesitation, she decided to try once more, and it only got funnier.
Next flavor. So you've done pink. What flavor's that?
That tastes like pink again.
Okay, fine. But I swear the whole thing is the same flavor.
When this guy went to Japan to try the world's longest cheese pull, he came across a problem he definitely wasn't expecting.
This is the world's best cheese pull.
And even though people said this was super embarrassing and painful to watch, he tried to do it again, and you won't believe what happened. Did he do it wrong?
This is how trains will work in 2025, and they are already starting to look like this in some parts of the world. But when you sit inside, you sit upside down, and the citizens often complain about that. Actually, that's just a joke. In reality, it's just a way of saving space on the roads. Genius, right?
After this girl bought an ice cream from 7-Eleven, she came across the craziest life hack.
If I didn't know, I would just go, oh no. And I would just probably grab this and then flip. If I learned from somebody, thank God, on my first try, and you do this. That's pretty incredible.
This guy pulled his finger off in front of the camera and it shocked everyone, but it's actually just a magic trick, and this is how he does it. So basically, this finger right here is actually attached to this hand, and when he pulls it over to this side, he actually just puts his pinky back into place.
When this girl was about to make herself a glass of hot chocolate, she came across the craziest realization.
This is cocoa powder and this is milk. When I dip the cocoa powder into the milk, it appears to absorb it. However, cocoa powder is hydrophobic and it won't dissolve unless it's stirred. So if you give it a little tap, the milk goes away.
This kid wanted the new PlayStation 5, so his mom said he could get it if he won this challenge. The rules are simple. He needs to balance the ball past all of these holes before finally dumping it into this one. But it's no easy task because the holes are huge and even the smallest mistakes could ruin everything. So the boy is patient and moves with preciseness to secure his PlayStation 5. When this girl was out snowboarding, she came across a problem she definitely wasn't expecting.
Bro, I'm a good citizen today. I don't know whose this is. We're calling somebody's mom right now, I guess. Come on, Siri, call mom. They don't have a f***ing mom? There we go.
But when the mom finally picked up, it didn't quite go as planned.
Hi, I just found this phone on the hill at Blue Mountain. Nah, call back. Don't hang up on me. Do you want your phone back? Call mom. Come on, lady. I just found this phone on the hill at Blue Mountain. How can I get it back to its owner? All right, I'll go give it to them. It'll be there. Have a nice day. Goodbye. I don't know whose phone I'm stealing, but mine for right now.
After this guy received way too much food in his order, he came across the craziest realization.
I ordered some Wingstop and I went to pick it up and I was a little confused why they gave me 2 bags, but I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. So I get in my car, open this bag, and it's my order. And then I look at the other order and they gave me Andre Allen, which Andre Allen done hooked me up with all this free food. Thank you, Andre.
When this guy was eating rice, he came across the most disgusting problem.
I might seem stupid. I've just been eating my rice from Aldi, whole grain rice. Someone tell me why it looks so maggot. Look, what does it look like maggots for? I'm scared.
And because it actually looks so much like maggots, people in the comments are saying he should avoid eating them. But would you eat them? When this girl tried making brownies, she came across a huge problem.
Chat, how cooked am I? Because, I don't think my brownies are supposed to be boiling, and I used just egg instead of real egg because bird flu.
And people in the comments are saying her brownie is going to look and taste like poop. But what went wrong?
No one can ride this surfboard unless you're the guy in the end. It's a foil board, and it requires a very special technique in order to ride it. However, the guy in the end has nailed the technique, and he knows exactly how he can maneuver it for hours on end. Just watch how he builds up momentum and continues to ride this board around the lake. If this is pure talent, subscribe.
After this girl had been eating raw mac and cheese, she came across the craziest problem.
I have something really unfortunate to report, and it's that I've been eating this Costco mac and cheese out of the package, like cold out of the fridge, just for a few days now, as you can see. And I just read the top of the lid, and it says bake it until internal temp reaches 165, which means something in this has to be cooked to 165 degrees for it to be safe to eat, but I've been eating it raw. Am I okay?
As this guy was making eggs for breakfast,
seems to be a little bit rough and it's dark.
This girl loves coffee, but every morning she's way too tired to make it in a cup. So she gets her friends to pour coffee and cream in her throat in order to save time and energy. But despite this genius technique, she only got 4 likes, so let's make her viral.
When this girl bought a 32-ounce Coke from Cane's, she came across the craziest scam.
The soda is full to the top, right? That's it?
That's it. 16 ounces of soda in a 32 ounces.
And even though she was upset, people in the comments just said 32 ounces was too unhealthy anyways. But do you think it's too much?
When this girl checked her dog's mouth, she discovered something super weird. Something was hiding inside, and it finally made sense why it had been grunting and making noises all day. But what it was is absolutely disgusting. It was hard to get out at first, but she didn't give up that easily. Fortunately, after a ton of effort, they managed to get it out, and it turns out a butterfly had been irritating it the entire time.
This guy's about to tap 1,000-year-old wine, but since each drop is worth tens of dollars, a single mistake can be extremely expensive. He simply has to drill a hole and place a dispenser, but it's his first time ever, so it's not as easy as it may sound, because the moment he breaks through, wine starts pouring out, and now every second counts as hundreds of dollars slip away. So he grabs the dispenser and quickly shoves it in before teaching it a little lesson. When this teacher tried guessing her students by their feet, she came to the craziest realization.
Right, I'm gonna identify my students by their toes. If I get them all right, they get ice cream. Tuck your feet in if I get them right. Jesse.
And although she started by getting everyone right, everything changed when she got to the last girl.
Who is that? Ariana!
These classmates wanted to skip school for the day, so their teacher said they could do it if they won this challenge. The rules are simple. They need to trace all the way through this Christmas bush without touching any of the lines. But it's no easy task, because the route is very narrow, and even the smallest mistakes could ruin everything. So they move with patience and preciseness to secure their freedom.
When this woman was opening her chocolate, she realized she had been doing it wrong her whole life.
Normally you would unwrap it like a normal human being, right? And eat it. But no, it's not how you unwrap them. You're supposed to take off the plastic first, and then you're left with the paper so you can hold the chocolate. What else am I doing wrong?